Welcome back! We are resuming playing from this saved game data. I don't think we had a introduction on what this one is. The murder that occurred in my office. I think we saw this part. Is this just resuming from the end of the last one? Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Two days earlier. I thought that's a got you. I was like, I don't think I would fly on an airline named Got You. Let's go you, okay. Thank you for flying Got You Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Well, I did not obey. I did not obey something extreme. Nah. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? It looks like I'm on a horrible nightmare. Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Ha! Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. You know what? Fair. You. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not my... Oh, okay. How does someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. Oh, but now it looks all bloody. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. Are there actual... I mean, there probably are rich people and all, but are there actually airplanes with elevators in them? What am I doing, hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. And by that I mean, like, commercial airlines. Like... I assume, like, the big, like, package freight planes probably have some form of lift. I know full well while I hesitate, it was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Nani? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. See, now it's gonna look like I killed him. Yee! He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. Everyone's gonna think I did it. Yep. You murderer. Nani? No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. What are the odds that I'm knocked out for 10 minutes, no one finds me? But the second I open the elevator, everyone's there. I like the guy in the life jacket. He is ready. Dude on the left is my immediate suspect. He's just got that, oh, I'll kill you look. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Teniro. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone please calm down. There's no reason to panic. Am I tied up? Yes, I am. Okay. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence, so until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off. Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer. Ha, being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here, I am not the killer, I simply found the body. So you say, however. I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor. See, now I think you did it. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw, and there's even very strong, incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the power vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine, and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Teniro, is it? Yes. Oh, she's got that smug look. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense? Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then, let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill the man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. What Miss Teniro saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you would it's wine. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's your evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testament. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. What Miss Teniro saw? Yeah, the wallet is the hole, because it's not blood, it's... So, I need to present something here. The wallet, I assume I have. Yeah. Okay, so I still have my badge. I have the wallet. I have the crime scene notes. And for some reason I have this magazine. The answer is the wallet. Present.
Objection!
Miss Teniro. What is with the yelling? I'm sorry, we do this. Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Teniro, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping... Wait. The wallet's a weapon? Who kills a man with a wallet? Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. Nani? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what that is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. Okay, I guess if it's big and bulky, it could be used as a weapon. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Mr. Smear. Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? Okay, so she thought it was a weapon. She didn't actually know it was a wallet. I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you'd be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice. Are we censoring wine? Then, that's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No. There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Wait just a second. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I mean, I have no idea what's inside of it. She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside, even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of the wall for myself. Sigh, she's a persistent one, I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. If you'd be so kind as to open the wall and check its contents for me. Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Examine? There we go. It's gonna be the dead dude's wallet. It seems that the passport, it's all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it? I don't know. Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... just as I thought. Shut up. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. Wallet data updated. Okay. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. God, I hate this lady. I don't think you're the killer. But God, do I hate you. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. Didn't you hear me scream? Why would I take the wallet, hold it, and then scream to alert you? I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? There's no money. So even though I didn't have a murder weapon on me, you still suspect me. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet at your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? It's the last part, though. You were out to steal money. There's no money in the wallet. Murder weapon is not the travel weapon, however, it is something you stole. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. Present. Maybe one of these. Oh, wait, no, there's money all over the floor. In the little picture.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenno. What is it now? Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction with your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible. Why do people keep framing me now that I'm clearly gonna prove it. Like, why frame me? Just kill me. That is the only safe way to get rid of me. It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about this scene would prove that the motive for the murder was not money? Hey, go, you statue. All the money on the floor. Do I just... Okay, I think I just point at it and hit... I was waiting for it to like turn yellow. If I may direct your attention to the things that's strewn all over the floor. Ah, that's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage. By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. Ah! I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer, and I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet... Ah yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in the wallet was Mr. Hicks' passport. If you are really insisting that that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me. Oh my god, I hate this lady. I mean, on one end, assuming she's innocent, I get it, she's just panicking. Like, it would make sense to suspect me, I'm there holding it, but... please, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Ah, don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Nee. Will you all please be quiet? Miss Taniro. Yes. You lost your cool when you saw the dead body, plus the lounge was dark and looking into the light from the elevator. It's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense to that you thought that I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. Now I kill! Aliens, wheat, fish, Hadouken, prey, scissors, leaf, up arrow, Hadouken, electric, beg, key. What is it now? I like the Hadouken. Okay, I don't speak the language. Can you translate? What does the Hadouken mean? It sounds like Borginian. I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said that he is giving the runabout. Oh, you speak English. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well. See, you, the attendant. Yes, sir. I want this person to be under arrest until... So, are you guilty? See, this one's not going to be as straightforward, because before we saw the crime. This time we didn't. So now it's giving me a bunch of people to, like, suspect. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I am finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You, how dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who struck your nose into my affairs. Oh, I said that. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are, I see through you. Insolent, yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not, well, surely bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I am Zinc LeBlanc II. I am a very wealthy man in the Borginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer. A rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout. I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it, yes I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down into the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says? Wait, you saw him at 6? Ah, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Mr. Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after the patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Hicks was his name, was it? And I said that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too, I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. God damn it. I was still eating, so I haven't finished. My dude's eating a huge feast. The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suspect. No complaint, I see, not a single word against the right. I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But do you have, what you say, the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony? Of course, I was looking at the man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? I'm assuming he means like a phone. It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. It sounds like some... oh, laptop. Some sort of small computer. He didn't have a computer on him. Oh, never mind. Small phone. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone? A laptop or organizer, I can see that, but that's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty, all it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Mr. Nero, Mr. Nero, yes. I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What, you want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English. It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Mr. Nero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. This should not be approved. I mean, realistically, it probably would not be approved. In an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask what to do. I'll be right back. You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. We will see. Buddy, I get framed like every day. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable. I am in your debt, Miss Tenero. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that as long as you're not the killer. It's only natural, as I am still a suspect in the case. Just like I was a suspect in the last one. Well, technically, this isn't the past, so I was a suspect here first. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassuring enough that there will be no foul play. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime. The first floor lounge. Hurry up and investigate. Time should not be wasted. Precious is human time. This is how you say it. How did you find your meal to be, Mr. Edgeworth? Come to think of it, I forgot all about it. I must have been asleep or something. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Let me prepare you something right away. What are you apologizing for? I failed in my professional duties by letting a passenger go hungry. Please, help yourself if you see anything to your fancy. Feel free. I think I'll take my time later after I've solved this case, thanks. That leads to the emergency escape hatch. You can't go there mid-flight. What's the probability that the criminal will escape through here? 100%. Oh, let me finish my thought. I'm 100% certain they didn't. When I'm searching for an answer, only complete thoughts need apply. Excuse me, may I have a word with you? You there! If you need something, please ask Miss Rhonda over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up, you! I'm terribly sorry, she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize, I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. In order to preserve the crime scene, I'm afraid the elevator is not in service. To get to the first floor lounge, we should take the stairs. Fair enough. It's a movie poster for a license to love, laugh, maim, and murder. That's a Go You airline-sponsored movie. It's a suspense, hard-boiled action, romantic comedy, horror comedy flick. Is that a genre listed for this thing? Yes, it's a movie that can be enjoyed by anyone because it encompasses all genres. I can't even begin to imagine what the plot would be. But you have to admit, it has piqued your curiosity. I heard the main strategy with this genre listing was to make people curious. Well then, consider it a mission successful. I feel like this would not comfort people on a plane. In fact, usually, like when they show movies on airlines, if there's a scene in the movie where like a plane is in trouble, they typically cut it. That way, you know, people on the plane aren't freaking out. So this poster would definitely not fly. Who's this? Oh, the dead guy. This is Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine that Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator. Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. Hey, don't get too near me, you criminal. I am not the killer, and I intend to prove that starting now. But that's contrary to the facts, he says, but I can understand his English just fine. Thank you very much. What's a lifesaver doing here? I bought it at an in-flight shop just beyond this lounge. If something should happen, having one will save your life. I agree. My dude is freaking out. Hey miss, how about another glass? Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder. How about it? How about a glass together? Sorry, but I must decline. I wasn't talking to you, I was asking the cute attendant. I'm sorry, but I'm on the clock right now. But if you need a refill, I'd be happy to bring you another glass at any time. You got it, Tits. That's no way to talk to a lady. I'm gonna talk to this guy. Granted, none of these guys are giving me anything. I may have a word with you. This munch, steak, munch, munch, so much awesome munch. That's great to hear. However, I'd like to ask you a few questions. I, Munch, was here, munch, munch, whole time, so Munch wouldn't know. Eat or speak, please pick one. Munch, 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 he has chosen eat. Yeah, I think he's chosen to eat. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Teniro. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I will bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion. Got it. I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, is there not a first class? Like, are we the only, 6 people? We made a thorough search of the plane. Okay, never mind. As for business and economic, no one can move between those two classes without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at the time, which means that I have a first-class killer on my case, or a staff member, or someone who stole from a staff member. So literally anyone. One other thing, no one else has been allowed near the crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. Where was the killer? If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. I mean, that makes sense. Can I look around at other stuff? What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go-You Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. The one on the left is when he was in his wait, he looks identical. Did the man age at all? These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Miss Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation. The clouds, they tell me nothing. There are a few copies of the Sky magazine. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a part... Yep. Now then, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? Case in point. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. This door leads to the flight attendant room. Please understand that it's off-limits to unauthorized personnel. This woman was giving off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies beyond this door. Perhaps we should return to the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. That brings us back up, so yeah, I can't even go back up. This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into the CD drive. That's not a piano. That's just an overgrown music box. But its keys depress along with the music, as though there really is someone playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Can you play it like a normal piano? This is where I was. This toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. No, look at all that grape juice staining the back. You may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was. Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leaders sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. And that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation will get. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second, and I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. The in-flight shop just beyond the shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found in here in this lounge. I must be ever vigilant. A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilled at its feet. This is a statue of our founder, big fan of grape juice. Okay. So it is. I still think it's being censored. I think it's one. Is that a hint of hero worship I detect? There is some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean up or something. Someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. The footprints, I assume.
Take that!
What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they're a set of footprints. So you think? Yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe size of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, that panic guy went to the... Yeah, but when did he would have had to do it between Like 6 and 6:15 or whatever. Because the panic guy said he bought that thing. But I assume he did that before the flight. What floors is this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it also can go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So the only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. So we already identified these things. Money strewn all over the floor, the elevator. I would guess that it was all Mr. Hicks's wallet at some point. There's no grape juice residue in the soles of his shoes, so they're not his. Making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. That was the statue. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank for our company mascot, Captain Ugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition, and it's so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the launch to the right. The shutters to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? I doubt anyone is expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So Mr. Hicks, he's really dead. Yes, she's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's overly trembling, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks's head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard, so probably with the statue. With, like, the piggy bank thing. Even his glasses are broken. What's these? There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Okay, so he had the foam thingy on his lanyard. Photo of Mr. Hicks's data jotted down in my organizer. Which now that is missing. Oop. I wonder what was hanging off his lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now if I could just put my finger on it. Yay. Deduce? Yes. The photo.
Eureka!
Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Miss Timino. I guess because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. The victim supposedly had one, but it has gone missing. Did the killer take it? I think that's everything? So next up we have to do this part. Where, spilled, broken glass, blunt force, murder weapon, elevator. These two probably go together. Murder weapon and blunt force trauma. A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the master of the obvious? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps the master of the obvious would be more befitting. Usually on display, found at the crime scene. Where was the killer? In the elevator. Spilled grape juice. Broken glass. And where was the killer? Elevator. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence, but if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. If only I could prove that the killer rode the elevator with Mr. Hicks. I guess these two? Because if he was in the elevator with Hicks, he would have killed Hicks and then gone to the right. I haven't. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What, really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather in the grape juice in this case. These footprints here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means, Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Grape juice footprints data. Investigation complete. What's going on over there? This guy again. Unforgivable, this is unforgivable. Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie, what? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I need not sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet? If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be more honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, toot yourself. What I saw, which we will cover next time. Bye-bye.